That's coming in. It's good, fam. Oh, cold Saturday afternoon. What is the temperature? Let me just double check before I get this started. It's cold outside, I know that. It is cold outside. 35. It don't seem like it's too bad. 35 with no sun. That's kind of chilly. But I had to do this one today. Just based on all of the complaints that I'm seeing out here. You know, hell, I may even have them in my own house. I don't know. But, you know, my thing is, as a man who has always sought out to lead, and it doesn't necessarily mean I need to be in control. See, I think that's where a lot of people get, oh, and good afternoon. I get so used to just, you know, just coming in hot. So just good afternoon, fam. You know, anybody that's going to check this out on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, I appreciate you. We've been doing pretty well this week. You know, I guess maybe the no cussing is helping. I don't think so. Or maybe just people are recognizing the real finally. You know, sometimes it just takes a while. And, you know, I've been doing these videos for a while and audio clips and whatever. So sometimes it just takes a while for people to really understand, you know. And I have been tagging some of these pages that I was affiliated with, I guess for some reason at some time. I'm trying to get actually even blocked from some of them. I will continue to just share it and hopefully they will block the content, then block me from their page. Or I don't need to be affiliated with you if we really ain't rocking, especially going into 2023. I don't block people. I don't unfriend people. I don't do all that mess. I don't have time for it. You know, I would just rather let you wallow in the mire and just see me from afar and just hate me from a distance. You know, long as you're not connected to me in that type of fare, I'm good with it. I have no problem with you just standing over there and just in that soiled filth that you're marinating in by not liking me. I mean, because I really don't give people
a lot to dislike, but people dislike what they want to dislike. Just like people dislike the fact that I cussed a lot in videos, and most of these people don't even watch the content. They just may watch one video and see me cussing, and then all of a sudden, oh man, you cuss too much in your videos. And I'm like, oh, which one was it? Oh, I don't know. Well, you can't even tell me what I was talking about, but I've made a commitment to myself, and I've made a commitment to my mission to where I don't have to use profanity to be dynamic. I know this. I absolutely know this. So I will continue doing what I'm doing. And if I drop a profane word, hold it against me if you will. Hold it against me if you will. I am human. Believe it or not, I am human. So I just wanted to get in here and rock with this. If a man can't lead, what good is he? Because I've been seeing so many complainers. And as we work our way up into the holiday season where people are supposed to be in the, the time of giving, I'm seeing some women that probably won't be getting a lot of gifts this year because they complaining about the man that they with and this, that, and the other. So whether it be gifts, loves, likes, whatever it is, they're just seem really disenchanted with the people that they're associated with, men. And I was like, I looked at a video that, who was that put that video? Brother Marlon put that video up. And it was actually of somebody who's local here, a judge here in Detroit. And it was messy. And I'm going to play that video. I'm actually going to run that video just because I want to show how messy and the misandry that lies within now. I never really even used that word till about 3 to 6 months ago because I guess it probably came into play and I just didn't use it, but it's now a fashionable thing. But we have a ton of misandrists out here. And that's an unfortunate thing that we have to deal with that, because the way I see it, if you don't like men, why are you even around men? And I'm not talking about from a relationship standpoint, sexual standpoint, none of that. I'm talking about if you're just a natural hater of men, then why are you even in the paint? But I'm seeing this a lot to where this gender warring has taken over, and it's become so, and I hate this word, y'all know I hate this word, toxic. It's become so toxic that I don't know exactly where we're going to really end with this. I mean, men and women are at odds with one another on some of the most simple situations where 20, 30 years ago, this wouldn't even be a discussion. It wouldn't even be a conversation. Facial expressions, voices being raised or inflection of someone's voice or whatever. Some of the things that create debates and create arguments and create fights, it's just silly. Because I've seen two people mean mug each other all day long, and they really never had a bad word to say about one another. And I know they love the mess out of each other. But if you go around with a stoic look on your face now, you pissed off at the world. That's just what everybody thinks. That's what everybody thinks. But, a couple of days ago, I put this up and people rocked with it. People rocked with it. All the relationship gurus that are out there. And Brother Samuels, he met an untimely passing, so he's no longer with us. But somebody else who's about to drop off the paint, I believe. He should drop off the paint, I believe. I don't believe he should give anybody any type of advice on relationships. This is just what I believe. And that would be Mr. Derek Jackson. Mr. Derek Jackson, who's coupled up in that photo with Steve Harvey, another failed relationshipist who gives out relationship advice only to be the benefit of himself in selling books and selling movies. But it is what it is. But Derek Jackson dropped a bomb, if y'all haven't heard about that. Derek Jackson dropped a bomb. Oh, yes. Relationship coach Derek Jackson announces divorce from wife. You don't say. Who didn't see this coming? Who didn't see this coming? When she got on that video with that bonnet on, you had to know she was done then. She was done then. Would no sister have got on that video with the bonnet? They talking about trying to put that thing together, and they got this and got that going on. And she got on that video with a bonnet. She was done then, y'all. I knew she was done. But that's okay. Y'all can keep listening to these relationship coaches, these relationship experts, these relationship gurus. Yeah. Keep listening to them. You know, I mean, because every situation doesn't work out perfectly. And many of us have had failed relationships. I'm not saying having a failed relationship negates you from being able to give solid relationship advice. But when you got people like Derek Jackson, this fool was actually making his videos in the parking lot of the women that he was cheating on his wife with. Come on, dog. You couldn't get to a shopping lot. You know, you couldn't get to some store. You had to be right outside. So sometimes he was either on his way in, or he was on his way out right after he had just pulled out. I mean, think about it. He was in the parking lot of women that he was having sexual relationships with that wasn't his wife. I mean, come on, D. What you doing out here, D? What you doing out here, D? Come on now. Well, I know what he's doing now. He'll be in court. And I don't know what kind of bread he had. You know, I don't know if they really got to go to a whole lengthy divorce proceedings. You know, he might just have to gather up his laptop and things like that. But it is what it is. What's that? What if we see potential? Do we just run? Do we still just run? I don't understand the question. What if we see potential? Do we still just run? Do you see potential in the man? Are we with the topic, or are we talking about Derek Jackson, Sister Vicky? Give me a little bit more on that, and I'll be happy to kick back with it. If you see potential in the man, absolutely. If you see potential in the man, I absolutely believe you should stick around. And if that potential looks like it can grow roots, absolutely you should stick around. You know, because even though I know some people, a man that may not be able to lead all the way. Some men grow into leadership. Some men are not always the leaders that they're going to be from the outset. But that potential to lead is really what you're looking for. His wife must not have seen potential in him at some point. Oh, he saw potential in a lot of other females is what it was. That's what it was. If you don't know the story of Derek Jackson, you really just need to just get on YouTube and look at Derek Jackson cheating, and that'll bring up a whole slew of things. Oh, his wife saw the potential in him. You know, I truly believe, this is what I truly believed about his wife. From what I know, she had very little experience with men going into the relationship with him. He was one of her first lovers, first real loves. And I think she got dickmatized. I ain't gonna lie. I think she got dickmatized. I think he put that thing on her. I really do. I think he put that thing on her. And once he put that thing on her, I don't believe she looked any other way but his way. And he was out there doing the do. And that's a problem. He took advantage of her inexperience with men. He took advantage of her inexperience with life. And that's a problem. And therefore, right there, he wasn't a leader. You know. So that's why I said a lot of these cats, you know, he one of them big muscle bound, dudes. And the thing is, when you got all that going, a lot of people look at muscles and height. I mean, a lot of people think that tall people are in really like control. I don't know what it is about tall people, but they get so much more respect than short men. I don't know what that is about, but it is. And you know, when you're tall and you got muscles and you got all that going for you, you know, sometimes you're just captivating just on sight. You could be dumb as a rock. You could be a mumble mouth talking mug. You don't have nothing going for you but your height and your muscles. But you gonna slay. Oh yeah, you gonna slay. You gonna toss that thing all the way around until somebody really figures out you ain't nothing. And that's what his wife finally figured out. Talking about my family and I have gone through many changes. See, that right there, he separates himself from the family. My family and I have gone through many changes. Yeah, you have. You sure have. When you out there sticking it in all these chicks outside your wife, of course they gonna go through change. Her pH balance went through some changes. It sure did. Her pH balance went through some changes. Did he bring any diseases home? Did he have any outside babies? We don't know any of that. We don't know any of the real stuff that happened with the Jackson household. But what we do know is they're about to get divorced because he said, my family and I have gone through many changes. And just the way I would have worded that. Now, he's an author. He's written books. He makes videos. He does all types of stuff. Why would he say, my family and I have gone through many changes? Why wouldn't he just say, my family has gone through many changes? But he separated himself from the family because he's been separated himself from the family. He don't care about his family. He only cares about Derek and leg day and arm day and whoever he's gonna slay day. That's all he's cared about. See, when they show pictures like this, you know, him holding his wife and this, that, and the other, that's what got her. Because she ain't no little chick. She ain't no little chick. She got somebody that can pick her up and throw her around and treat her like what she would call a woman. Absolutely. But this is something that I was going to bring up as well. We're going to get back to Derek in just a second with his inability to lead his family. I put this up at the end of a video a couple of days ago. Have you ever thought about someone else during sex? Have you ever thought about someone else during sex? And anybody that says no, they're lying. Okay? They're lying. Because everybody thinks about someone else during sex. Hell, you think about yourself. I mean, I know you're supposed to be in it for the person that you're with, but you think about yourself. So of course you think about someone else during sex. But she probably had to go through and think, like, is he really thinking about me when we're having sex? Or is he thinking about one of the many women that he was out there having sex with? Sitting in their parking lot, in their parking garage, in their carport, in their open lot, making videos, giving incredible relationship advice, although he didn't follow his own mantra. Shame on you, Derek. You and your muscles. But a man doesn't necessarily start out to be a great leader unless we're talking about a seasoned individual, an older individual, and he gets into a relationship and he's kind of already got it set. But a young man is not always going to be a great leader from the outset. Or in a new relationship, you've got to learn the landscape of what you're dealing with the lady, with her family, or whomever is going to be around you on a regular basis. And you have to figure out how to lead there, because every situation is not the same. Every relationship is not the same. But you've got to learn how to adapt. You've got to learn how to do what you need to do to be the best leader you can as a man. And as I truly believe this. I don't believe that you can have simultaneous leadership. That's why I say the man needs to always lead, but he's not always going to be the leader on things. Some things a woman is going to take the reins on. Some things she is going to lead on. And he has to be a leader enough to be able to step back and say, oh, you know what? You got this. And I got your back on this. See, some men aren't that in touch with themselves to be able to do that. They've always got to be the forefront. They've always got to be the one with the last word. I ain't got to be the one with the last word. Now, I prefer to be the one with the right word, but I don't always have the right word. So sometimes you got to stand back and stand by. But what Derek Jackson did is he made people think that he was this in control individual, you know, gave women something to look at, something to think about, all while he was selling his books and slinging that thing to many women outside his household. Now look at him. Now look at him. I was just talking about Jamal Bryant yesterday. Pastor Jamal Bryant, pastor of the New Birth Missionary Baptist Church, formerly ran by Bishop Eddie Long. Bishop Eddie Long. Then he gave it to Jamal, and Jamal got up in there, had 3 babies by a woman, really 2 sets though. He had some twins, and then he had another one. So he had 3 and 2. And then proceeded to go out and have 3 more babies by 3 side pieces. And from what I'm hearing, they church members. So he fleeced his own flock. He fleeced his own flock. I mean, come on, Jamal. What you doing, man? What you doing out there fleecing your flock like that, Jamal? I mean, how would you do something like that? If you a pastor, if you a spiritual guidance, you're supposed to be helping people stay together. You breaking up households. Because I'd be willing to bet that a lot of them women that he did mess around with, because he only nailed 3 to the wall. And when I say nailed 3 to the wall, he only put 3 babies in 3 women. I bet you he had sex with way more than just those 3 women. Those were just the 3 that he got. What's good, Tony D? Those are just the 3 that he got pregnant. Jamal didn't just have sex with 3 different women. He had babies with 3 different women besides his wife. But they want to have those people be the spiritual guidance counselors of the community, somebody who's out slaying it. And I mean, he dropping demon seed in women. He ain't even thinking about using no protection, no nothing. Oh, is that a sin to use a condom, Jamal? That's a sin? It wasn't a sin to step out on your wife, but it's a sin to use a condom, use some protection. You couldn't even roll up on her with a day after pill, bruh? Nah. He wouldn't preach one word to me. And I wonder what them Sundays was about. When he would have to come in there and be like, brothers and sisters, I need to talk to you today. Because he had to talk to them 3 times. He had 3 different babies by 3 different women while being married. Come on, Jamal. But we know what Jamal's in for it for. Jamal, he ain't in for it for the Lord. We know what Jamal's in for it
for people that smell like weed.
That's what Jamal's in it for. We learned that yesterday.
Looking for people that smell like weed.
Jamal trying to grow cannabis on the new birth land. He said we got the most land of any church in the country. And what they gonna do with it? They want to grow weed. Yeah, they want to grow weed. What kind of pastor is that? What type of leader is that? I mean, I understand people going to church because they're trying to find a relationship with God, but you don't need to step into no edifice to find no relationship with God. And to me, in all truthfulness, you really don't need to crack a Bible open to find a relationship with God. But y'all do what y'all do. Like Derek did what he did. Now look at him. Now look at Derek. Now look at Derek. Now look at Derek. It's 1:56. Y'all hear that alarm? At 1:56 every day, my alarm goes off, Ray's alarm goes off, and wherever we are, if we're in the house, we generally meet up and share a kiss. Now, I don't know if she'll come in here today because Kai's asleep, so I don't know if she's going to disrupt Lou. She might come downstairs. I don't know, so I'll shut it down. Well, I ain't gonna shut it down just to give her a kiss, but see, look, sounds like she's moving. And if she's moving, then she might be coming this way. But the main thing, like I said, for what I do, when I set out to lead, it's not always to control, but you have to have a foundation of leadership, and it doesn't necessarily mean you know everything that's going to happen. You know everything right to say, everything right to do. But when you're leading, you've also got to be good at following. And that's where people don't really understand. So if a man can't lead, what good is he? If he doesn't have the discernment to know when to follow, he's not even a good leader. And he's not going to be a good follower. That's a problem. That's a problem. So where I'm at this point, I look at certain situations a little bit differently than some people do. That's why I'm doing this relationship set. See, the relationship set is based on not only my opinions, but things like Sister Vicky brought up. A man may not be able to lead all the way. Nobody's asking the man to lead all the way. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's asking him to lead all the way, but can he lead? If he's unable to lead, then that's where your problem is, because he may be able to set a standard and be able to work with the standard that he set, but he might not be able to follow it all the way through by himself. But guess what? He's not in a relationship by himself. So I don't expect him to follow it through all by himself. So we start talking about those relationships that are so domineering from the male to female perspective. I don't look at those as relationships that I see a lot that are as successful as they used to be. But if he can lead in any way, I mean, he can lead in a multitude of ways. Like, a lot of people don't understand where a man's role is in the house as a protector. And I've always said this: you have to be able to protect your family from what comes at them. That's your job as a man. You've got to be, so what do they say? A man leads in the house, but a woman controls the home. I've heard that said many different ways. So a man can be a leader in the home, in the house, but that foundation, what goes on there, that's generally the woman's job. That's generally her job, you know, and there's certain roles that they may change out. But if they set those roles, I don't believe a man can control the house and the home. I don't believe he can do that, because as a protector, you know, I mean, now you've got people, okay, they get guns, they get ring cameras, they get security cameras. Those are other devices that you need to try to protect your family. What about you? What do you do to protect your family? One of the things that I do just on a regular basis, I get the gas in the house. I get all the gas. What do I need women out of gas pumps for, knowing that we got miscreants? Appreciate that, bro. Knowing that we got miscreants out here waiting to jump in the car with them, snatch their bags, snatch their cards, do all that stuff. What do I need that for? So I'll just go out and get the gas. I'll go out and do that all the time. Ain't nobody gonna mess with me when I'm getting gas. But they'll mess with a woman. And now, as we're in this season of giving, we're also in the season of taking. This is when people get desperate. This is when they know you just came out the store and you got a whole bunch of stuff in your car. So what they gonna do? They gonna jack you for your car. They gonna jack you for your gifts. They gonna jack you for everything. But not me. But they might get the ladies. So I've always believed, let me go get that gas. And every now and then it comes up to a situation where I might be out of play and Ray's got to go get gas. You get gas in the daytime. You get gas at a gas station that's populated. Don't be going to these off-corner gas stations with 1-2 pumps. No. You go to the Speedway. Go to that big boy. Go to that super Speedway. We go to Sam's Club. Sam's Club gas station connected to Sam's Club. There's hundreds of people there. Ain't nobody doing nothing over there. Don't be going over to Joe's Gas. Joe got 1-2 pumps, and they all face a brick wall. So, But you got to be smart. You got to be smart about things. A lot of people just ain't smart about things. So, what I'm doing now is just kind of setting the table for what talking about relationships, because a relationship is a very complex thing. I think people just think that they can just get in with one another and just have a relationship. But the first thing that talks about in a relationship is a connection. You've got to have a connection. What keeps y'all together? We know what brought y'all together. Y'all met. That's no problem with that. That's great that you met. But you got a connection, right? You got to have a connection. There has to be a link. There has to be a general correspondence between the two of you, an alliance, a bond. And then it goes into interconnection. There has to be depth of a connection to have a relationship. And if you don't have that, you are not going to have a successful union. You may unite. You may unite 1 night, 2 nights, 3 nights. But does that necessarily mean that you're going to have a connection? So what you need to know in your life, in your relationship, is the connection that you have with your mate is everything. You're not always going to get along. It's not always going to be hunky-dory. It's not always going to be peachy keen. But if you have that connection, that's what you need. That's what's got to start out with. You've got to have a connection. Jealousy, greed, disrespect are the daily battles of all men and women in relationships. Absolutely. That's that relationship, Brother Tony. That's that relationship. You've got to have basic common decency towards one another. You cannot be jealous of your mate. You cannot be greedy where your mate is concerned. You cannot be disrespectful towards your mate and expect to have a successful union. Will things happen? Absolutely. Might you say some disrespectful things every now and then? Absolutely. But that doesn't mean you have a disrespectful union. You might just been outside of yourself. You might just be outside of yourself to the point where you say something disrespectful. I've been there. And then I got cussed out. So I've been there and been back. But being greedy is a problem. I get offended when the family thinks I'm being greedy. I am the most selfless person in the family. I look out for the family when it comes to food, because I already know food don't matter to me the way it used to matter to me. The way food used to matter to me, the way it matters to me now, it's different. So I always try to look out for the family's needs when it comes to feeding them, making sure if I'm out, let me grab something, or if I come home and they need me to cook something. I'm never selfish. I'm never greedy. But see, the thing is, if you don't have it in your heart already to make sure your family's taken care of before you're taken care of, then you got a problem. I hate that saying, who gets fed first, the men or the kids? I'm sorry, but the kids got to eat first. I'm good just knowing being the provider of the food. I'm good knowing that the food got prepared in a healthy state. I'm good with that. And I'm going to get my plate. You know, I used to be the cat that said, you know what? I need that big piece of chicken. Now I don't eat chicken. I used to desire that big piece of chicken. I needed that big pork chop. I needed that small end on the ribs. Get a kid them big bones. Give me them small bones. Give me all that meat. Absolutely. But I don't care no more. But I'm always making sure that the family's taken care of on that food tip, simply because, one, they don't eat right in the first place. Daddy might eat 1 meal a day. Ray might eat 1 meal a day. Only people that eat multiple meals a day is me and Lulu. And she gonna eat. She gonna eat. She gonna get her snacks in, and she gonna get her 3 hots. Oh, yes. She put together something yesterday. It was so funny. She said, what you want for dinner? No, Ray asked what you wanted for dinner. I had to second it. She told Ray, she said, I want a peanut butter and jelly sandwich and some spaghetti. And I'm like, what kind of combo is that? Ate it all. Ate the whole peanut butter and jelly sandwich and all the spaghetti. Oh, just a little bit. She had a little bit left and then went upstairs and left the gate open, and Roxy and Ruby came down and finished her spaghetti. But she was good because, you know, she was done. She just ended up just putting the plate. I don't know why she put that plate on the floor, because once they got to it, it was over. They lapped the rest of that spaghetti up. So, but you got to be a leader like that. And like I said, that jealousy thing, that's just, I don't really understand how you can be jealous of your mate. What you jealous of your mate for? How could a man be jealous of a woman, man? And how could a woman be jealous of a man? What y'all jealous of? But I see it. I've seen jealousy in relationships, you know, vying for the spotlight. Some of these relationships out here, y'all funny. Y'all be vying for the spotlight within each other's relationship. That's crazy to me. And you know what that does? That pushes one of you or both of you to somebody else, because you want somebody that's going to let you shine. You want somebody else that's going to give up that spotlight for you. Uh-oh. 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 He done brought the Skrilla. You done brought the Skrilla in. The Skrilla is a relationship killer. We know this. We know this. And it's unfortunate because there's a lot of good unions out there that literally are destroyed because of the dollar. You know I'm right, Tony. You know I'm right. A lot of these relationships is destroyed because of the dollar. And it's an unfortunate thing that people would allow themselves to be destroyed because of the dollar. You know this. I hate to see it. I hate to see it happen. One of the things that I've learned about money, because it's come easy and then it's been very difficult to come by before in my life, I've never let it make me. I've never let money make me. Now, I ain't on some Players Club stuff talking about don't make the money make you, you make the money. No. Yeah. It's a problem, bro. And you know what happens when just you brought the money thing up? That happens a lot. I was in a relationship and we were pretty equally yoked for the most part. Okay. We were pretty equally yoked. But one of the things was during the course of that relationship, she ended up acquiring another degree. She had already had a degree when I met her, but she ended up acquiring another degree. And boy, when she got that master's degree, I'm a cuss, y'all. I'm a cuss. I wasn't shit. I'm trying to tell you. Now, I mean, I was the creme de la creme at the beginning, and I ain't went to nobody's school and finished. I went to several schools, but I ain't never finished. She knew this. She knew this when she met me. She knew I didn't have no degree. But as she learned me, as she found out who I was, she knew I was smarter than 3 dudes she had put together in her life. So it didn't matter about me not having a degree. I was educated. See, I don't have to have a degree to be educated. But what she did was she put me in a situation, Brother Dan. Relationships is definitely your topic, bro. Keep it coming. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. I'm just trying to kick this relationship, relationship, because that's what I am. And I know you one of them brothers that you don't use profanity. So understand it's 2 T's. It's all good in the eyes of the Lord. But I believe that I can speak on these things because I have had so many situations that have not been successful, but I've also had some very successful situations. And I can speak from an open mind. I never allow my detriment to lead me to speaking openly, or I never allow my successes to be so much better than someone else's successes. I just believe that I'm here. And we'll have more people that will understand and they'll jump on board. This is something you always want to do from a personal standpoint. When people talk about relationships and they really ain't been through a lot of stuff, I have a problem with that. You could also attest to this. Going to church and things like that. If a preacher ain't been through a lot in his life, it's really difficult for me to listen to a preacher who ain't really been through a lot in his life. I have a hard time with that. I got a hard time listening to a man who ain't never been through nothing. How you gonna tell me what I'm going through or what I'm gonna go through if you ain't been through anything similar to it? Maybe not the exact same thing, bruh, but you ain't never been through it. But then when you get people like this, they get up in there talking all this crazy mess. They get up in here talking all that crazy mess. Yeah, man, when he's on Haps, it was, dude, we had great dialogue on Haps. But when I look at some of these relationship gurus, some of these relationship experts, some of these relationship coaches and whatnot, a brother was a financial analyst and he started being a relationship guru because he was having mixers. He was having mixers at bars and restaurants and stuff, having people hook up and speed dating like situations, Kevin Samuels, he basically was just trying to beat logic into people with his words. You know, some people try to go at it from the biblical sense, which I don't always believe is right. Because what if you're dealing with an atheist? If I'm an atheist, I don't want to hear your spiritual guidance from your good book. And then there's those hard edge ladies who always want to just give it up, give it up, give it up, but they don't really want to receive anything. There's those people. And then you got the ones who want to give you that motherly spirit like the Ayala Van Zandt. They want to give you that auntie thing. No, I don't need that. I don't need that. I don't need you rubbing my head when you're giving me some advice. I don't need that. You know, come at me as the man that I am. But if you've ever seen the people that Ayala Van Zandt is really good with, they broken. They broken as a mug. I remember she did that show with Casey and JoJo. She did that show with Casey and JoJo. She broke them down to the very last compound. I don't even understand. I don't even understand how they let her do that. I mean, she broke them down, y'all. I'm smoking clean today. Hold on one second. Smoking clean, going through the vape cart today. So, give me 1 second here. So, these people here rule our lives, rule a lot of our lives, not mine. I couldn't take really solid advice from any of them personally. They couldn't speak on my situations. They can't speak on my life, you know. Like I said, I don't know everything, but I know what works for me. I know what works for my family, and what doesn't work, what I don't know that works for my family, and what I don't know that works for me. I think I can find it out way better than listening to these folks. You know, because if I'm listening to somebody who is openly cheating with on his wife online. He was literally leaving videos online in the parking lot of women that he was sleeping with. That's how you're going to end up right there. That's how you end up right there. That's how you end up. Brother Derek, my family and I have gone through many changes. See, I'm trying to tell y'all, people didn't see that. I saw all the comments on that post when it came out originally. My family and I was like, I was done right there. I got to talk about this on the cast. Right there. When he said that, I was like, you know what? I got to talk about this on the cast. Yes, I do. Because he separated himself from the family. How do you separate from the family? My family and I have gone through many changes. So your family went through many changes. You went through so many changes, but y'all didn't go through them changes together. That's why you're divorcing, Derek. That's why you're getting a divorce, Derek. Mm-hmm. You know what? I couldn't find my green light bulb, and then I messed around and got to recording and figured out that the green light bulb was over there. So my next one that I do, I'm gonna have a green light bulb. I want to see how the image looks. Y'all tell me how it looks on the next feed. I'm gonna have a green light bulb in there. You know, my favorite color is green. You know, my favorite color is green, except when we play Michigan State. You know, I'm maize and blue all the way. You know, it might not even be Michigan, but it's going to be maize and blue. You know, could be the products, you know, could be the channeled energy. A lot of people ask me what straight game means, but I meet them now. They didn't understand when I first talked about straight game. Straight game means channeled energy. Look up the definitions and run it together. It means channeled energy. And my energy is channeled towards relationships on this clip. That's why I'm the relationship Shan. Some of y'all be having relationship shows. Y'all be talking about relationship, be single as a mug, just got broken up with, or cheated on, or you cheated on somebody. Okay. I'm gonna listen to you, Cletus. Speaking of that, let me play this before I forget it, because I really don't want to forget it. Give me 1 second. Oh yeah, I gotta play this. I sure do. Oh yeah, they having some meetings over in Ipsy School Board next week. That's gonna be beautiful. I can't wait for that. I sure can't. I sure can't. I got a couple inboxes since I've been up here. I got some stuff waiting for me when I get done. Look at this. What y'all over here doing on YouTube and whatnot? Okay. So I just want to say this. Okay. We're going to watch this a couple times because I want to make sure that the audio is coming through. We're going to watch this a couple times. But the person that left this video is an actual judge. She's a judge. And it's an unfortunate situation that she could be this smart. This intelligent, but this dumb. And Brother Marlon put this video up earlier, and I shared it to my messenger because I didn't want to put it on my timeline just yet. But I'm gonna put it on my timeline after the video's over. I just didn't want it to steal my thunder. But I'm gonna play this. So y'all can see this. And this is Judge Vonda Evans. But just wait. Just wait. Hold on a second. Man, when I show you this, you're going to be like, man, what? Yeah, she did it. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't. So what I said I was going to do was make sure that I played this and got some feedback for the 2-3 people that probably be watching it live, and then some people probably gonna watch it on the back, on the replay and whatnot. But I really want to hear what other people think about what Judge Vonda Evans said. So please, for the people that are actually in the chat room, please tell me what you think about what she says on this situation right here. Hold on one second. I just want to make sure there's audio coming through. And once again, appreciate anybody that's checking it out on Facebook, checking it out on YouTube, checking it out on Twitter. Appreciate y'all. Y'all could be anywhere else in the world. Well, probably not because gas is high. So y'all could be anywhere else in y'all counties, in y'all townships, in y'all areas. Yeah. But you here with me. I get it. And I appreciate that. Hold on one second. Just going to shut that down right there. Add it to the stream. There we go. Yeah. Sister Vonda. She know better than this. Watch this, though.
Start performing wifely duties for men who are not your husband. Recently, I had to go to the laundromat, and there was a young woman there. She had some scrubs on, no ring, no man with her. She by herself. She take out about 10 bags of clothing, many of them men, towels, etc. Presumably, this is for her man. She want to make it nice for him. Okay, but here's the thing. She then can't find him, go on his phone, in his email, find out that it's another woman who's enjoying the fruit of her labor, i.e. laying on them sheets that she washed, under them comforters, and using a towel and washcloth that she washed for him. Now you hurt, and now you mad. You ain't got nobody to blame yourself. Stop performing wifely duties for men and not your husband. They got businesses that specialize in wash and fold, and you not one of them. Listen. People do not appreciate it. Men don't appreciate that. Stop hurting yourself. Stop performing wifely duties for men who are not your husband. Ladies, stop performing wifely duties for men who are not your husband. Recently, I had to go to the laundromat, and there was a young woman there. She had some scrubs on, no ring, no man with her. She by herself. She take out about 10 bags of clothing, many of them men, towels, etc. Presumably, this is for her man. She want to make it nice for him. Okay, but here's the thing. She then can't find him, go on his phone, in his email, find out that it's another woman who's enjoying the fruit of her labor, i.e. laying on them sheets that she washed, under them comforters, and using a towel and washcloth that she washed for him. Now you hurt, and now you mad. You ain't got nobody to blame yourself. Stop performing wifely duties for men and not your husband. They got businesses that specialize in wash and fold, and you not one of them. Listen. People do not appreciate it. Men don't appreciate that. Stop hurting yourself. Stop performing wifely duties for men who are not your husband. Ladies, stop performing wifely duties for men who are not your husband. Recently, I had to go to the laundromat, and there was a young woman there. She had some scrubs.
So a little bit of time delay between me and, because I'm listening to it on another device. I just want to make sure the audio was coming through, and the audio was fine. So you're in a situation, if you're going to listen to someone like this, and I don't care the fact that she is a judge. Okay. Let me just be upfront. I don't care that she is a judge. The fact that she is a judge and she is this dumb. Yes, Vonda, you dumb. I'm not going to call her a liar, but there was some things in her story that really don't hold water with me. One, what are you doing at a laundromat? You a judge. I know you own your own home. What you doing at the laundromat? Okay. So we got problems out here. And maybe let's get to the root of the problem. Maybe the root of the problem is that you didn't run up on somebody who was washing clothes for her man. Maybe the root of the problem is you at the laundromat, Judge Vonda. Let's talk about that. Why don't you have a washing machine and dryer in the edifice with which you sleep in? Why are you at the laundromat? I need to know that first, Judge Vonda. Because even if you lived in a high rise and you didn't have a washing machine in your unit, there would be a laundry facility in your apartment complex. Why are you at the laundromat? What type of situation have we gone through in the city of Detroit to where you haven't gotten a washing machine and dryer in your home? It's all good, free. I text you. So where are you at? Where you at, Vonda? I need to know this. The second thing is this woman was washing towels and washing sheets and everything. You talking about she doing some wifely duties for her man. Don't she need sheets for herself? Don't she need towels for herself? She just ain't doing laundry for him. She doing laundry for herself as well. She doing laundry. She washing towels that she needs. She washing sheets that she lays in the bed. And I'm not sure exactly why she chose to go in that man's email. There must have been something else that the reason that she went in his email and found something that, didn't look quite right and showed some type of betrayal to their relationship. But really, Vonda, that's what we on here? Why you do that? Why you wash your bedding at the laundromat? The laundromat got other people's stuff in it. Wouldn't you want to wash your bedding at your own laundromat? Well, your own washing machine and dryer? Why you wash your bedding at the laundromat? Let's just put it out here. You jump in that chat, I gotta ask. It's like I'm asking Sister Vonda, what is she doing at the laundromat? Being nosy. Talking about their services. Yeah, absolutely. You should have a laundry service, Sister Vonda. As much bread as you make as a judge, you should have a wash and fold service. You absolutely should. But why do we've taken our bedding to the laundromat when our washing machine broke, when our dryer broke, and instead of bringing the stuff back washed, whether it be washed and you have to dry it here, or when the dryer broke and we washed it, and we had to dry it, whatever, how I flipped it. We just did everything there. We didn't particularly like it, but we did it. But why are you taking your own personal stuff? If you got a washing machine and dryer at home, I'm not going there because I don't know who been in that washing machine before I got there. And I don't know if them old people that be at the washing machine working and stuff, at the laundromat working, if they cleaned every washing machine out after every load went in and out of there. So I can't take that chances. They might have roaches. Everybody ain't clean. And sometimes roaches might not even be the worst thing. Might not even, you don't know what's up in that household. She talking about he putting all her good use, all her wifely duties. He not appreciating it. Why? Because she think that he might be sleeping with another woman on their sheets. Another woman might be washing her thing up with her towels. I really wanted to know what was popping with that. I really wanted to know. OG Classic Jones, what's good? I wanted to know. I don't buy cheap bedding and it's too heavy for my machine. Ah, okay. All right. Well, here's the thing. You go get you one of them big Samsung boys. One of them big Samsung boys is like this far from a commercial unit. You can afford it. You can afford it. Go get you a big Samsung. It got the Bluetooth on it. You can set it from work. You can set it to wash from work. Only thing it can't do is get out the washing machine and get into the dryer. Them big Samsung boys, they just like the machines at the laundromat. I'm trying to tell you. Get you one of them big Samsungs and ain't got the spindle in the middle. You don't want that spindle. What's that spindle called? Agitator? You don't want that agitator in the middle. Get you that big boy. It's just a big bucket. And you can put everything in there. You can put everything in there. Absolutely. I get why you do it, but go get you that big non-agitator washing machine and stop going to the laundromat. You don't know what's in the laundromat washing machines. But the question was earlier, and the title of the stream was, if a man can't lead, what good is he? What good is he? Is he any good at all? Sister Vicky asked, what if he can't lead all the way? That's okay. He can learn. If he's got qualities to lead, stick with him. There ain't enough good ones out there. Don't throw one away just because he ain't all the way baked. Don't throw him away because he ain't all the way baked. That is me, and it's less time, but everyone do what you want. That's exactly what we have to do. We got to do what we want. We got to do what we need. Get you a big washing machine because you don't need to be out in the streets no more. You got a youngin', you got a young lady. That's the last thing y'all need to be doing is being at these places where these creeps dwell. I don't know why places like laundromats and stuff like that is where a lot of creeps be nowadays, but they do. But they do. What's no? What's that mean? See, I say too much for you just to say no. I don't know exactly what I said. You might be on a time delay. I don't know what I said. You said no about. I mean, because I say so much for people to say no about. It can be anything. It can be anything. Sure can. Can't do broke ass men. Okay? So here's the thing. What does finances have to do with anything? What does finances have to do with anything? I ask, if a man can't lead, what good is he? So a man can only lead you if he's financially fit. So you're saying that a worker bee that can't pay all your bills can't do nothing for you? You can only be with a man if he's financially fit to where he can pay your whole freight? Come on now. Brother Maine, what's good with you? We got to get back to Sister Mo Dandy here. She said, can't do no broke ass men. What does that mean? Oh, you just said yes. So if a man can't pay the whole freight, can't deal with him. Boy, that's highfalutin right there. That's sedity. That's uppity. You must have grew up in Ann Arbor. You must have grew up in Ann Arbor. You uppity. You kind of sedity. Highfalutin, I tell you. I mean, I get it. No, not all the bills, but help. Okay. Well, let's back it up a taste then. That's where we at. That's where we at. That's really where we at. We in a space where just because, let's get Sister Vonda off here. Let's get Sister Vonda off here. Let's at least get Derek Jackson back up here. We'll get Derek Jackson back up here. Because he done messed it up for everybody. He done messed it up for everybody. You know, I don't even feel comfortable making videos out in the car no more. I mean, I'll be at Target. I'll be at Myers. I'll be, you know, I don't be sitting in nobody's apartment complex right up underneath the window that I just had a chick hollering through. That was Derek Jackson. That was Derek Jackson. Yes, it is. Yes, I am. Oh, I know. But it is definitely a partnership. I appreciate you coming across with that, explaining that. Because being in a relationship, being in a union, especially a domesticated union. See, a lot of people have relationships and they're apart. That's two different situations there. But when you are a domestic partnership, that's different. That's different. You got to do things different. You have to acquiesce with your partner. Does not necessarily mean they control everything all the time. You control everything all the time. But as a man, you've got to at least be able to set the standard to lead. And it doesn't necessarily mean you're going to lead all the time. What you say there, man? What is he getting, providing, and then you cheat because he's not providing emotional support and complaining about he's not home, etc. Hey, let me finish on this point, because boy, you just pumped the brakes. You just hit the ABS on this one. What is he getting, providing, and then you cheat because he's not providing emotional support or complaining about he's not at home, etc. Dude, you get this a lot. You get this a lot. Let me just be totally upfront with this. A woman that complains about a man being out working, relationship is doomed. They could stay together for another 15, 20 years. I'm not saying anything about the actual union. They could be in the same house. But when she starts complaining about him being at work all the time, and he's a good provider and he's a good protector of the family, relationship is doomed. It is doomed. Unfortunately, most women, it's primarily about them dollars. That's why they don't want a healthy relationship. That's why they don't know what a healthy relationship looks like. I misread that. Absolutely. I totally agree with you, soul man. I am old. Absolutely. We set in our ways. I get it. But what we can't be is we can't be so to the point where we're not flexible to understand things ain't what they were when our parents were raising us. The way providing financially has even changed over the years. So I get what everybody is saying from every angle. And we really want to cook on this situation with Tremaine, because when we talk about not being home, you're working a lot and you're being upset, what would make you more upset? Of him being out, working, trying to get it, trying to move the family's needle? Or do you want him up under you with nothing to do? With no angles, not making a dollar, can't provide for himself, you, nobody. Hello? Oh my goodness. You woke up. Come here. Grandpa's on right now. I'm on right now. Uh-oh. You say hi?
Hi.
What's your name?
Kai.
Kai what?
Kai Louise.
Kai Louise. Why are you being all shy? When you up there, you're like, Kai Louise! You grandpa's baby? You have a good nap?
I want to talk on the microphone.
You want to talk on the microphone?
Mm-hmm. on the blue one.
You want to talk on the blue one? Okay. Hold on one second. I got to move it. So hold on a second. Here, you hold it. Can you hold it tight? My grandpa get the cord. Okay. Say hi.
Hi.
So now,
See herself on the TV?
can you see yourself?
Show her where to look.
She's looking. She
Yeah.
look. Yeah, you see yourself right there?
Uh-huh.
Say, what are you talking about? Can you want to ask what you're talking about? What we're talking about?
Yeah.
Say, what are you talking about? What have you been doing today? You want me to ask you some questions? What have you done today?
Nothing.
Nothing. You didn't play Candyland?
No.
You didn't play?
I don't want to talk about that because you won.
Oh, that's right. I'm sorry.
Who won when we played Candyland?
Wait a minute. You can't say my name when I win. You just gotta put your thumb over here. Who won in Candyland? She refuses to let it come across her lips. That's a poor sport. How you gonna beat up my microphone? You gonna beat up my microphone? So, you gonna eat lunch? What you about to eat? Grits? Well, I hang it up there because sometimes I wear that one and then sometimes I wear this one. So I just hang it.
Black.
Yeah, this one's blue. Blue and what?
Yellow
That's
and green.
yellow and yellow and green.
Your favorite.
That's right.
Right, green right there too.
Whose favorite color is this? And whose favorite color is green?
Yeah.
And whose favorite color is red? That's right.
Yellow.
Yeah.
Green.
I'm gonna come up and have some lunch in a few minutes, okay? What you gonna have? Oh, there's some more pineapple if you want some more pineapple. You want more pineapple?
Yeah.
Yeah. You gonna be a good girl?
Okay.
Say, you gonna play Candyland? Gonna play Candyland? Who's gonna win this time?
Me?
That's right. Are you not sure? Because guess what? Because I won twice.
No, you won two.
That's twice.
That's not twice. That's two.
You're being contrary Mary.
Where's the red?
The red one is still, you know where you threw it? You know, remember you threw it? Here, let me back up. Hold on a second. I got it, Coco. See down there? That's where it's at. I left it down there for the next time that you came down, that you'd go over there and get it. Because remember you threw it? Bye.
I'll get it.
Thank you.
Got it.
Got it? All right, coming back.
Watch your head.
All right.
Give it to Grandpa. Tell him bye.
Bye.
Give him some love.
Because we couldn't use that one because of Ohio State, but that's her favorite color. So next time
My favorite color.
we'll put the red on this one for your favorite color, okay?
My favorite color.
That's right.
My favorite.
But if Grandpa left it there, it was a purpose for me leaving it there. Don't do that. Don't put the red over the maize. Are you crazy? You from Ohio?
My favorite color is here.
Yeah.
My favorite color right here. My favorite color right here.
Okay. Coco puts all your favorite colors on you, doesn't she? Yeah. And what's your favorite color in Candyland?
Red.
You act like you didn't know.
Ugh.
All right.
My mouth isn't here.
I know. I'll put this on for the next time you come down for the microphone, okay? All right. I love you.
Love you. You got two.
I do. One's empty. This one doesn't have anything in it. This one has something in it.
See you later, Grandpa.
See you later.
156, homie. 156. Oh, just deucing? Okay. You don't want to get on camera? You wouldn't be on camera if you come this way. There you go. Boy, you so vain. They don't like to come on camera when their hair ain't dead. But that's all good. That's all good. Appreciate you, Free. She is an incredible human. Uh-oh. Now, this is my brother for real. We brethrens for real. We are Caleb's grandfather. And I always read his quotes and things like that, but I've never seen him come on a cast. But this brother done said something, so we go out to Stop and Cook. Man, Nature is a leader. The question is whether he is a strong or weak leader. No matter what their relationship will not survive. It is always a give and take situation. Yes. 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 So everything that he just said there, right at the end, there is good in every man. Absolutely. There is absolutely good. If you're in a situation, this is why I don't like that. My baby daddy ain't this. My baby daddy ain't that. My baby mama ain't this. There's good in every situation. Y'all wouldn't have got together. Y'all wouldn't have had a relationship. Y'all would have never made it. Y'all would have never made it to having a union and becoming domestic partners. So when y'all talk about each other just because y'all done got into a situation and it's done hit a snag, you've got to figure that out. But a man by nature is a leader. There is give and take. See, all of these things are things that people forget about when they get 10, 15, 20 years in. They forget about all these core values of their union. Because you can unite, but how do you build on that bond? How do you build on that bond? And a lot of people don't know how to build on that bond on a multi-level state. Everything's not always going to be perfect. It is absolutely not going to be perfect. I thought I was doing just fine in my situations, and then all of a sudden I get hit in the face with something. I'm like, whoa, how long you been letting that marinate? It's like, why you let me go 6 months? Why you let me go 6 years thinking that I'm doing something that I'm not? But for the most part, you kind of know if something's going wrong, and then you try to do your best to fix it, to keep your relationship going, to keep it fresh, to keep it renewed. And a relationship that is not moving is dead as well. You've got to do different things. I see people do the same things over and over and over and over, and it's always leads to an unsuccessful breakup. You got to mix things up. Now, I'm not telling nobody to get out here and be doing some freaky stuff. I'm telling you that you got to keep things fresh. Go somewhere that y'all never have been, either together or apart. Either together or apart. Go somewhere fresh and then be able to take in that whole atmosphere. Some of y'all won't do that. Y'all won't do new things, and your relationship will get stale. It will get stale. 30 years in, married 22. And man, you still find out new things about your mate all the time just because you're keeping your relationship renewed. Have you had some snags? Absolutely. Me and you done talked about things, man, on both sides. Me, you, we've talked about our situations. And it's not always going to be the perfect mate, but it's going to be the perfect mate for you. Some of y'all out here looking for 10s. Some men looking for 10s, some women looking for 10s, but y'all 6s. And when I say 6s, I'm not talking about, no, this has nothing to do with optics. I don't care about what a person looks like. We're going to start with the personality. Let's start there. Let's cook there. Let's start with the personality. Some of y'all personalities be so wrong to be in a relationship. Like what Sister Vonda was saying, stop doing wifely duties for a man that you're not married to. Really? Maybe that was her job in the relationship, to wash the clothes and the linens and the this and the that. You're going to tell her to stop doing what they've already agreed upon? Maybe his job was to go get groceries. I get groceries a lot in my relationship. But growing up, I never saw my stepfather get a bag of groceries except out the trunk, except out the van, except out the hatch of the trucks or the vans or the SUVs that we had. My stepfather never brought no groceries. And I only ever lived with my father, my biological father, for about a year and a half. I never saw him get no groceries either. So what would make me think that I should be out here getting groceries? The men that I saw that raised me, that brought me up, never bought groceries. What's made me think about getting groceries? What made me go to the grocery store? That first time, I should have been psychologically screwed up to go to the grocery store, knowing that I had never been to the grocery store as a man or seen a man go to the grocery store growing up. But you know why I went to the grocery store? Because we needed food. We needed food. That's why I went to the grocery store. I didn't go to the grocery store because I was going against manhood. The worst thing about the grocery store to me is the fact that we don't have cashiers no more. I hate self-checkout. I hate it. I hate it. It's not even, to me, the fact that I had to go back there and pick out the stuff. Now I've got to ring my own groceries up and bag them up. I'm feeling a little something kind of way about that. I don't like that. I hate self-checkout. You're not going to tell me no kind of way that that's right. I went back there and picked the stuff up, put it in the cart, walked around here and got all the stuff, stood in line. Now I got to do some more work by scanning the stuff. Oh, and then when I scan it and the scanner don't like it, now I got to wait for somebody to come over and check me like I'm stealing. Really? I am not an employee of Kroger's or Sam's Club or GFS or, you know what? Oh, I'm hot. They got self-check at CVS now. How you gonna have a self-check at a pharmacy? You only got 2 registers to begin with. Now you self-check at CVS. Yeah, don't be a cashier in the front no more. You know, don't be a cashier. What receipt? I had a receipt. I was gonna show it. They give you a receipt. I had a receipt about this long for 2 items. Did I just do the bro man? I just did 2 items. But now you go to the self-check and it'll ask you, do you want your receipt by print or do you want an email? But then you would have to put your email address in there. I ain't got time to be doing all that typing. The fact that I'm actually checking out at the CVS through a machine, I have a problem with that. I've got a problem with that. I ain't filled out no app. I ain't had no interview. We didn't negotiate no pay rate for me to come in here and bag my own stuff up. So I have a problem with that. Speaking of that, did y'all hear about the guy that had $3,200 worth of merchandise at Best Buy? And they tried to make him pay for a bag for whatever, something he had small. They tried to make him pay for a bag and he left it all there. He left a whole $3,200 worth of stuff right there because they tried to make him pay for a bag. He was offended. But you know what? On principle, if you spending $3,200 with me, I'm going to give you the bag, bro. Don't even sweat it. Take that bag. We got to make this money. That's all the bag is. So they figured since he's paying $3,200, he can just pay 89 cents for the bag. But the way he's looking at it, since I'm paying $3,200, you can just throw the bag in and throw my stuff in the bag and let's say bye. But no. He walked out on $3,200 worth of merchandise. That manager of that store got ridiculed when he had to deal with his district manager or regional manager, and they went back on the cameras and were like, hey, what happened here? How did we lose this transaction? Why didn't you step in and give that man his bag so we could get the bag? That's a problem, y'all. That's a problem. So for y'all, some of y'all wasn't here earlier. I put this up. I mean, I think people be lying when they be saying they don't be thinking about people when they have sex. Have you ever thought about someone else during sex? Anybody that says no, they lying, because I already said it. Yes, you're thinking about your mate. You're thinking about satisfying your mate and taking care of your mate. But don't you think about yourself? You absolutely think about yourself. A real man is always looking inward to find, or yes, sir. A lot of women don't want to allow the man to grow and choose. Oftentimes growth means change. And unfortunately, men, yeah. A man and woman relationships are often complicated because there is too much competition. Brother, look, let me tell you this. We're going to go right back up here. And what did we talk about a little bit earlier? Brother Tony said it. Brother Tony said it earlier. Where's Brother Tony's comment? I'm going back up in here. Here we go. Jealousy, greed. We're competing in relationships. Men and women are competing. How do you compete with your mate? You're supposed to compete with your mate, not against your mate. It's supposed to be you and her against the world. It's supposed to be her and him against the world. We in the 21st century. We know we got women in a relationship, we got men in a relationship. I don't care who your mate is. I don't care who you're horizontal with. I don't care. But how you in competition? How you in competition? Sometimes you just got to stand back and stand by. And I'm a hard-headed so-and-so. I know I is. I know I is. But the thing is, I ain't gonna never compete with Ray. I can't do what she can do. She can't do what I can do. That's kind of what makes us pretty good. That's what makes us pretty good right off the jump. She can't do what I do. I can't do what she does. So that's what makes us good. I'm trying to tell you. Coming in here dropping diamonds today, Brother Larry. See? Dropping diamonds. We have so much more in common than Mr. Caleb. But the thing is, you never know. And with this relationship shit that I'm bringing out, I'm trying to tell people y'all got to get out your comfort zones, because your comfort zones are killing your relationships. Your comfort zones are killing your relationships. Yeah, but no. Mo Dandy, yeah, but no. We can be humans, but we ain't got to be competitive with one another. We can be competitive against the world, but we should not be competitive with one another. I should not be trying to outdo you. I should not be trying to outdo you. Now, we should be trying to outdo the rest of the world, but we shouldn't be trying to outdo each other. What's that? That's crazy. Oh, okay. Talking about growing. Okay, yeah. Yeah. I like when y'all throw them clarifications. If I be cooking in a whole nother way, then I have to come back. I get it. Growth is so necessary. Growth is so necessary. Change is necessary. But it doesn't necessarily mean that you growing, you outgrow your mate. Because if you outgrow your mate, that means your union was already done. Because when you move, she moves, just like that. When she moves, you move, just like that. But if you move and she don't move, relationship over. And like I said, y'all can stay together for 10, 15 more years. And you might not even known that one day that you moved and she didn't move, it was over. Y'all just didn't know it. Y'all stayed together. Y'all slept together. Y'all went on vacations together. Y'all did everything together. But when you moved and she didn't move, it's over. Over. Trying to tell you. It happens. I get it. Growth is necessary. That's why you got to do different things. That's why you got to do different things so you can talk about different things. And you got to talk about different things because you got to be able to see different things within each other. That's what growth is all about. I don't believe that people really understand growing. You should be growing together. You should always be seeking out to grow together. But some people will grow and they'll grow apart from one another. That's not a good thing. That's not a good thing. But man, we've been cooking in here for almost an hour and a half. It don't really seem like that, you know. Had a special guest in the building. Speaking of special guests, we're going to be talking about Deion Sanders tomorrow at noon, a little bit differently than a lot of people have been talking about Deion Sanders, because I know some people saluted his movement and then some people condemned his movement. But we're going to talk about the business of it, the personal aspect of it, but there's going to be different situations. Hey, this is true. Every situation is not your destination. Now I'm sounding like Deion. I get to talking like Deion, they get talking like Deion. Absolutely. Some situations are only temporary. Some situations are only temporary. Unfortunately, being temporary should be mutual. Sometimes some people are surprised at the temporary fare of their relationship. And they don't want to give up. And that causes problems and causes friction. And whew, we don't even want to go down that lane. She is the diva. Ask for her own mic. My mic wasn't good enough for her. She has to have her own mic on the show. Now, her brother, he already done told me he want to be a YouTuber. So next time he comes over, I'm going to make him do his own video. I'll make him sit right here in the chair and do his own video and be like, okay, talk. Just go ahead and talk. Do your thing. He said, I'm going to be a YouTuber. I don't know what made him want to be a YouTuber. Well, I do, because somebody on YouTube that he sees makes a ton of money and drives all these fancy cars. So he thinks being a YouTuber is going to do that. I need to let him know the reality of a lucrative lifestyle as a YouTuber, even though I don't really consider myself a YouTuber. I'm not a YouTuber. I'm a broadcaster. I just happen to be broadcasting through the YouTube platform, Twitter platform, Facebook platform, and I've never seriously monetized or attempted to monetize my movement. But now things have changed. Now we've got relationship. Now we've got Friedman Media. Now we've got tons of things that are happening within this sphere of casting. So we absolutely will be seeking out donations at some point. Absolutely. We will. And if you care to support Friedman Media, feel free to support Friedman Media through PayPal, through Cash App. We appreciate your support. I always talk about when I get donations and I get contributions, some people have sent me cash out and been like coffee money. They'll send me $20 and be like, here, cup of coffee for you. Now my cups of coffee are expensive, but they ain't that expensive. So I can get like 3 cups of coffee off of $20. But they be sending me stuff. I've had people drop $100 on a Cash App. I love your cast. That's great. I appreciate that. And with that $100 donation that I did get one time, I went and bought this microphone. Yeah, I went and bought this AKG one. Yeah, I went and bought this microphone. It was $99. And I actually made a deal to be out the door at $100 even. So I was like, can you round that back to 94 and give you 100 even? And I cashed after right there. That's what I got this microphone for. Absolutely. Because I believe, truthfully, I believe that you have to start and give people a good quality product. I feel my content is great. Let me just be honest with you. I'm not being narcissistic or conceited or arrogant or any of those things. Not really. But I feel my content is great. Great enough to where I could actually garner $1. Sure, if I requested it, but I don't, because that hasn't been the mission. That hasn't been the mission. That hasn't been the mode. But I've seen people out here make way too much money in this sphere, and they absolutely don't deserve $1. So if it can help me, buy better equipment, things like that. But I've seen people get thousands on their streams and they don't do anything. And I'm all about the community. And I already said, if I put out campaigns to make money, it will be to help other people. Now, we've got a Christmas tree giveaway coming up. Let me see if I can actually, I might as well stop sharing Vonda. She's horrible. Well, I'm not really sharing her anymore. It's not on the screen. Do we got the Christmas tree thing up? Here we go. We've got a Christmas tree giveaway. We've got a Christmas tree giveaway, and that's coming up on Monday. That is coming up on Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday. 100% free. 100% free. I appreciate that. When I talk to my friends, and I call these people my friends, they reach out to me and say, hey, you want to do with the thing we did last year? Absolutely. But here's the thing. They not only give us carte blanche to come to their property on their Christmas tree farm. Well, it's not a Christmas tree farm. The trees are used for Christmas trees. But they're going to cut them down. They're going to twine them up and put them on your vehicle so you can take them back and have a good holiday season on them. And the crazy thing about this They won't even let me say who the trees are from. They don't even want their name out there. And that's a beautiful thing within itself, because it just lets me know they not doing it for the clout. They doing it for the village. They doing it for the village. And when people are like that, that's the people that I rock with. Those are the people that I call friends. Now, I have tons of acquaintances. I've got some allies. But then the people that I call friends are the people that help me move the needle. Last year, we did 50 trees. We put 50 trees outside the barbershop where me and Caleb go get our haircut. And Brother Alex, he put up with a lot of traffic, people stopping in front of his shop in the middle of the street, people clogging up his parking lot. He's like, nah, we ain't even going to cause that discord this year. What we going to do this year? We'll make them go right out to the farm. And they can take part in being able to pick their own tree out. You know how big your dining room is, den, living room, wherever you put the tree, basement. You know how big it is. Come on out and be like, hey, I know I can fit that tree in there. Come on, I know I can fit that tree in there. And they'll cut it down, twine it up, bam, bam, bam. That's beautiful. That's a beautiful thing. And those are the people that I rock with. I'm getting too old to be out here just having just adversarial relationships. If we can't cook together, we can't eat together. Do you have to water it? Yes, you do. You put it in that little metal thing. You put it in that little metal thing and you pour water in the base of it. That's how you keep it fresh. You got to keep that thing filled with water. You don't get down there. Let Bella get down there with a little flower pot. Hell, we never even used a flower pot back in the day. I used to use the pot that we cook stuff on the stove with. We get the smallest pot because it's got to be kind of small because you got to tip it over into that bowl. Or you can get you just a cup. Not too tall because it's got to be able to fit up underneath. And you want to water that tree. It's a Christmas tree. They grow outside. How can you kill it? All you got to do is water it. You ain't got to have a green thumb to have a Christmas tree. Just don't let it go dry. Because if you let your Christmas tree go dry with them lights on it, now you got 4th of July. Oh, you going to Florida? No, girl, don't get no, you don't need that hassle. You don't need that hassle. Oh, Lord. Yeah, we don't, you don't need no Christmas tree. If you killed some ivy, oh my goodness. Whew, God help her. You're like human Roundup. You can just, nothing grows around you. Hey, I know what does grow. It's your daughter. And speaking of divas, she's a diva. You know, I don't like some of them pictures that you be putting up because it makes her look way older than she is. And we got some pervs out here. You know, I don't like that. I've already told you about that. So I'm publicly telling you again, be careful with what you post. I have to be told to be careful about what I post. So you be careful about what you post. Because I really don't want to shoot nobody. Uh-oh. You campaigning? What you campaigning? See? People be looking at these streams. They see these streams. Be like, but I can cook. I might not be able to plant, but I can cook. See? Speaking of cooking, are we getting that sweet potato pie for Christmas or how's that working? I just want to know. I just want to know. Yes, you just be mindful of posting things. Absolutely. But real talk, though. Real talk. I just believe that doing stuff like this in the community, you know, helps out those who don't have it. Oven is out. Oh, that was a dagger to the heart. You need a new range? I got a range for sale. Samsung. It's only 2 years old. I ain't cooked on that thing probably more than 50 times because I got 2 of them. So, but I got a range for sale if you want a range. Nice Samsung range. No, got that. Why is the oven out? If the oven's out, that's the major part of the stove. If you fixing it, you better think about fixing it, because if it's new, it should be under warning. Looking for oven for the older home. Oh, okay. When you say oven, you talking about a whole stove, or are you just looking for an oven? You need the top and everything, right? You need a whole stove. Girl, you can get one of these ranges. You can get one of these gas ranges, these Samsung gas ranges for the low. I need to get rid of them. We're not going to need them the same way we did before. And I've been horrible with the Facebook Marketplace thing. I was supposed to do that like a couple weeks ago, and I just didn't. Maybe I'll do that with Ray. Ray's good at that stuff. She can field the calls. No double. Oh, okay. In the wall. You talking about like them in the wall ovens. I got you. Yeah, that's what happens when you got money like that. You got the oven in the wall. Okay. You got that Brady Bunch thing going on. I got it. No problem. I got it. I'll wait. I didn't get no sweet potato pie for Thanksgiving. There was a sweet potato pie that was promised, but it didn't show up that day. It didn't show up on Thanksgiving, but that's okay. I did cake, and I'm caked out. I need some sweet potato pie for Christmas. I do. But I'm going to get on up out of here, man. Go check on my baby. She's up, probably eating her lunch now. I'll figure me something out and kick it with her and Ray for a while, You can make it if I bake it. Oh, hey, teamwork makes the dream work. Let me know when you're going to put it together. And if you put it together, you might as well just put 2 together. I'll come through, grab them, Yeah. And let me know what day you talking, because I need you to try something. I need some feedback on something. So, but yeah. Okay. I'll work that. My ovens work. You just tell me how long to cook it for, and yeah, we can make that happen, Captain, for sure. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I can do 2 here and give 2. My baby just came home, so I know they need a sweet potato pie. Next weekend, bet. Got it. Bet. We do that. And that'll be ready. Your thing, yeah. So when we get to rolling up on the weekend, we'll figure out the time frame, location, and whatnot. Give me some sweet potato pies. That's what it's about. Teamwork make the dream work, dog. I'm telling you, for real. Yeah, but it's gonna be fun tomorrow doing that Dion cast, because at Dion cast, we're gonna bring out some different things. We're going to do some different things, talk about some different things that's being talked about. Because personally, I've just given up on all logic with some of these people because they just feel like he did something just so wrong. But he didn't do anything that it hasn't been done before, whether it be by another black coach or a white coach. But the main thing is that what he set out to do, he did. And he accomplished that mission at Jackson State. The fact that they're not giving him the proper credit and just due. People act like Dion was getting broke off. Dion wasn't the highest paid coach in HBCUs. He was not the highest paid, even though he had the best program. How you have the best program, but you're not the highest paid? The math ain't mathing. The math ain't mathing. After that first year, when he changed the culture around and brought millions of dollars to the campus, they should have restructured his deal right there. They shouldn't have let him get the year 2. And they had time with the COVID and everything going on. They had time to get with Prime. And the fact that they didn't get with Prime, they ran out of time. So I don't want to hear nothing from nobody on this no more. And we're going to break it all the way down till it can get broke. Telling you, it's a difference between what Deion did versus what Jackson State didn't do. Because they could have did right by him and probably kept him. But because they didn't, they lost him sooner than they were going to lose him anyway. He was going to leave eventually. But an opportunity presented itself to where he went from $300,000 and having to give money back to the university to be functional to taking $5 million, to where he's not going to be asked to give back 1 penny to Colorado University. Not one. And there's bonuses on top of that. So, but yes, Christmas tree giveaway, Monday, Wednesday, Saturday. Monday, 11 to 1. I'm sorry, 1 to 3. Wednesday, 5 to 7. And Saturday, 11 to 1. And I've posted it, and I'll be reposting it again. But it's quotes that he has said in interviews that he hasn't. I mean, he had made the statement on 60 Minutes. They said, if they come calling, would you entertain it? He said, I'd be a fool not to. Now, I didn't know what was going on in Jackson State was going on. And a lot of those things we're going to address tomorrow at noon, right here on Friedman Media. I'm even going to attach the relationship link because this has a lot to do with relationships. I already told you the relationship channel is not just about the nuclear family or nuclear relationships, men, women, women, men, 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 women, women. No. It's not about that. It's about how we relate to one another. And Deion's relationship with Jackson State University had soured before he took the job in Colorado. Oh, when he was on there, I get it. And he was in the center. They had Deion in the center. I get it. I remember that one. I will rewatch it. Because he was set up to do long-term things at Jackson State to a degree. To a degree. He was. I got you. I'm going to watch that. I'm going to check that out again today because that's an easy cast to watch. I had a good time watching him because he was really in good spirits that day. But the thing that I didn't like about the way they went about things was they made deals. And Deion stayed positive, all while the negative stuff was going. You generally see a coach kind of kick back like, wait a minute, I'm doing this out here, but you're not taking care of your end. Deion stayed positive the whole time, but you got to understand that Deion is a soldier. He is an absolute soldier. So he was not going to be putting himself in a situation to say, you know what, I'm going to be jacked up out here with the Jackson State University people because that'll hurt my chances of getting something down the line. So what he did was he stayed with the program and never gave Jackson State a bad look. All this stuff has come out since his decision, but it was going on well before the decision. They made deals to make him more money, and they didn't come through on those deals. That'd make me leave. Don't set me up. Don't set me up with a deal, and then all of a sudden you want to renege on the bread. No. Oh yeah. See, we gonna cook on this. I hope you can make it tomorrow at noon, man. We gonna cook on this because here's the other thing about that. Most kids ain't going to HBCUs anyway. And if you've seen any of Deion's Jackson State University meetings, You know, Deion had a considerable amount of Caucasian players on his team. Everybody wasn't black on Deion's team. Hello? Hello? Is that Kai?
Did you hear her?
What you say?
It's me, Kai.
Hey.
I can make one.
She wants to show you that she knows how to make her name with her hands.
Oh, you want to do it on camera?
Yeah.
Okay.
K-A-I. Spells Kai.
Did you just learn that?
Yeah.
We've been
That
working
is
on it for a couple
awesome.
days,
A
since yesterday.
moon.
A moon. Yeah. Well, don't do that because that'll make it go to sleep, and then we'll be off
Show
the
them
air.
again. Show them one more time.
One more time.
It's okay.
K-A-I.
Mm-hmm.
Spells Kai.
All right. I'm coming up. I'll be up in 5 minutes, okay?
Oh,
She
yeah.
was like, Grandpa will be so proud of
I am proud of you. That was awesome.
No, I didn't say he's proud of me.
Okay. Coco just got busted. You tried to help her.
Stop, stop.
Guy's like, no, you did. You didn't say that. All right. So, yeah, we're going to definitely get deep into the decision to leave. The decision to leave. And also, like I said, he had a lot of white players on his team. He had some Latino players on his team. And although he had those players from those schools, at that school, people didn't talk about why they came there, because they didn't just come to Jackson State. They came because of Prime. And kids are going to come to Colorado because of Prime. Kids are leaving other Power 5 schools because of Prime. Not because he took a 1-11 team to 12-0. He took a 1-11 team to 12-0. Now he's getting another 1-11 team. What, Prime can't get a winner? All Prime is adopting is 1-11 teams and flipping them around. Come on, man. Undefeated in his third campaign. Really his second full season. That first season was COVID. But he turned it around. They were 1-11 before Prime got in the paint. And then all of a sudden, he ain't swag. He's swag. Oh, he's swag. But now he's Pac-12 and swag. And the reason he's Pac-12 and swag, because he's the only coach in America right now that's about to coach in a bowl game and then leave to go coach a 1-11 team the same day. He already said, as soon as they win in the Celebration Bowl, they off to go right to Colorado, and they'll be going to work right then. He's coaching 2 teams right now. He coaching 2 teams. Jackson State took all the money last year when they went to the championship. When they won the championship, they took all the money and put it in a general fund. Didn't push nothing back to the football program. That would have made me quit last year. If I was Prime, I would have quit last year. How we gonna make all this bread for you? We're gonna bring all this money to Jackson. $30 million in the first year. Man, we're going to talk about all that. We're going to talk about all the endorsements and the sponsors and everybody that he brought that's going to leave. They're not going to stay with Jackson State, I can guarantee you. The Prime effect is gone. Y'all say what you want to say and do what you want to do. We're going to get deep. Me and my brother David Malcolm going to be up here cooking tomorrow. And anybody else that wants the link tomorrow, you can come up too. I'm open because I want to talk about this for real. But y'all be good out here, man. Be safe. Man, I done cooked almost 2 hours up in this thing. You know, it don't generally happen like that no more. I want to go back and do an oldie but a goodie. You know, I don't really do this anymore. I think he done copyrighted his music. I think I got a copyright strike listening to his music. And he said, as long as you listening to the music and throwing a shout out, he wouldn't strike you. But I think he struck me, man. That's okay. Because we don't really listen to this stuff no more anyway. Can't wait till I get my real track. But, you know, if y'all missed yesterday's episode, please go back and listen to that episode because it was so profound because it had this in it.
Looking for people that smell like weed. I'm looking for people that smell like weed.
For Pastor Jamal Bryant, he done put his foot in it. He done put his foot in it.
Looking for people that smell like weed. I'm looking for people that smell like weed.
Come on, bro. You ain't leading nobody to heaven looking for people that smell like weed. I'm not saying that people that smell like weed can't go to heaven, but that's what you're looking for in your ministry. All right, dog. All right, Jamal. All right, Jamal. You end up just like Derek. Actually, you are just like Derek. You had multiple relationships outside your marriage too, and it ended. I guess you and your family went through many changes too. You clowns. Keep telling you, keep following these clowns. Keep following them. You're going to follow them right into a hole, right with them. Y'all be good. One love.